If you are new to this channel, consider subscribing so you don't miss out on any future content. And with that said and done, let's go straight into the video. Hey, what's up Blender users? I am Jonathan from Germany, that's why I have this weird accent. And in today's tutorial I'm gonna show you how you can import your own Mandelbulbs into Blender 2.8. So you can, at the end of this tutorial, create your own renders, like for example you see on screen, and maybe with an upcoming tutorial to 3D camera tracker, put it in your own scenes, in your own videos. So let's get started. So what you will need for this tutorial is the software Mandelbulb3D, which is completely free to download, and the link is in the video description. And it opens like this, and it is not very intuitive. That's why I'm going to show you what you have to do. And for a simple Mandelbulb, you just have to press calculate 3D, and we get our Mandelbulb right here. So for different results, you can go to the Formulas tab and try out different formulas. For example, the first one here, and what I like to do is get a float power of 20 and then calculate 3D again, and it looks like that. So now that we have this Mandelbulb, we of course want to export it as a 3D model. But it's not as easy as it sounds, because this program can't actually export, for example, OBJs. So what we have to do is go over to the Tools tab and press on a voxel stack. This method creates a voxelized model like this, and if we would go to a max size of 256, this voxelized model looks like a complete normal 3D model, but we still can't export it. We can only export image voxel slices, which we would have to combine to a 3D model in other software. So because this takes a really long time, the preview, I'm just gonna stop it and choose an output folder. And after I've chose one, we will just need to adjust this number. This number tells us how high resolution the voxel slice images will be in the end. And for the model I showed you previously, I used a resolution of 300 by 300 pixel. If you want to go higher, please be aware of the calculation time, which is needed by the other software to process all the images into a 3D model. I tried it with 1000 by 1000 images, but I sat there half an hour, and the OBJ file was in the end like 3 gigabytes big, which is of course not what we want. So I'm just gonna go with 300 by 300, and we can leave everything as it is, and just hit start rendering slices. As you can see now, it is starting rendering these slices, and well, they're all going to be exported to the output folder you choose. So all the slices are finally rendered out, and if we would take a preview into our folder, it should look a little like this. Okay, the first image, I don't know why the program did this, but we're just going to delete it because we don't need it. So these are all the images which got exported, and now we will have to open another program to make a 3D model out of these images. So the program is called Fiji, and it comes also in a folder. You don't have to install it, and just open the image -win64.exe file, and it should work just fine. So when Fiji is open, we're just going to press File, Import Image Sequence, and select the first image of our images, and press Open. Then use Virtual Stack and hit OK. So now all the images should be right there. And then we're just gonna go to Save As, PGM, and in the same folder, hit Save, and also Save As, and then .obj, and with a threshold of 0 and a resampling factor of 1, and unenable green and blue and hit OK. And you will probably just delete the .pgm, so you only have .obj, and hit save. So now we can go over to Blender and first off delete everything and go to import obj and then just import your file. So the import is done. It can take a while, and here we have our Mandelbulb. So here you can see there's a slide. So it did something wrong. So with box select, just select here this part in a wireframe and go to delete faces. And yeah, now we have our Mandelbulb. So we can of course then shade it like we want with just a noise texture. And yeah, that's completely up to you. I would love to see your results, so if you have any, just post them and give me the link in the comments. And yeah, maybe I can give you some feedback, etc. And if you like the video, consider subscribing, and we're gonna see us in the next tutorial.